So to solve this question, we need to find the LCD. Now the LCD is your lowest common denominator. What is common in each and every one of these denominators? We try as much as possible to simplify our denominator as best as we can. Now we can simplify this x squared minus 9 because that is difference of 2 squared, so this can be written as x minus 3, x plus 3. So the actual equation is this. So as I said, we need to find our LCD, the common denominator we have, x minus 3 and x plus 3. Now there's another thing we also need to think about in answering this question. We need to check for possible restrictions. So we're trying to find values that x cannot be equals to so that we don't get 0 in the denominator. So looking at our question here, we understand that this x here can be 3. So one of the restrictions we have is x cannot be 3. Because of this x plus 3 here, we also see that x can also not be equals to negative 3. The next step is to multiply each of our fraction by our LCD. So what will happen, this is what you get. Then we can cross cancel so that we make our work a little bit easier. So we see this is a trinomial, so we can factorize it to give us. Therefore, our values for x is equals to negative 3 or x is equals to negative 1. Now, at the beginning of this question, we said that there is a restriction. The restrictions is that x cannot be equals to 3 and x cannot be equals to negative 3. So for that reason, we understand here x is not equals to negative 3. So we can say that is not applicable or no solution. And the only answer that we have is x is equals to negative 1. And that's it. So we have this question here. This question wants us to solve for x. Now we notice we have a fraction, and normally when we want to simplify a fraction, the best way to do it is to find the LCD, then multiply everything by the LCD. In this question here, our LCD is 2x squared minus 5x. But the problem with this is we need to multiply everything. We need to multiply this, multiply this, multiply this, multiply this by 2x squared minus 5x. Okay, and it could get complicated. You will definitely get your answer. It will take you a little bit longer, but you will still get your answer. But I see that there is like an easier way for you to solve this where you don't really need to do that. Now, there's something we notice in our question. We see there is something recurring. So I could say something like k is equals to 2x squared minus 5x. And the reason why I'm doing this is it makes my work a little bit easier. I can solve for k, then after finding k, I can replace it k minus 3 over k is equals to 2. So with this one here, we can get our LCD, which is just k. I will have to multiply everything by k, so I'm multiplying this by k, multiplying this by k, multiplying this by k. So our values for k is 3 and -1. Now, as we said, k was a placeholder for 2x squared minus 5x. So now we just need to change it back so we can get our answers. Now they are both trinomials, so we can actually factorize them to get our answers. For the first one, you'll get so our first two answers, x is equals to -1/2 and x is equals to 3. For the second answers, you'll get so this will be the answers for the second part. So we have four answers. X is equals to -1/2, x is equals to 3, x is equals to 2.28, or x is equals to 0.22. And that's all.